There is massive jubilation in simonekpa's cabinet because the Finnish government now, I'm a big regret. They are, saying that simonekpa might be released anytime from now, and at the same time, they've tendered Bianca's secret petition finally against simonekpa and the Biafra struggle, and it's looking more as if the Finnish courts are ready to finally do the needful this April, and there's massive jubilation there in simonekpa's cabinet. What's your take as regards?
That's reporting breaking news from the Finnish government that Simonekpa is already a free man and has been busy receiving people from different parts of the world, from United States of America, Australia, Germany, just members of the Biafra government in exile. And Simonekpa, from the report we are getting about a few hours ago, has been very busy and meeting a lot of personalities from all over the world, ahead of his release. I can tell you who have been monitoring the development so far. I want to say a big thank you to U.S. government to have sent one of the legal luminary brain of the United States of America, talking about Levi Jonathan, who has been very active with Alexander Stubb. I can tell you that he hides there. This man they call Jonathan Levy, who was once a high reputable lawyer in Washington, and of course in Pentagon, who is also in charge of security details in Pentagon in the past, before Donald Trump actually appointed him to make sure that he gets Simonekpa, agree negotiations legally, in court to free Simonekpa. And that's the beautiful news today. I can tell you that Simonekpa was able to receive up to 50 people on daily basis. That's the breaking news we are getting from Finland right now, meaning that ahead of Simonekpa's appeal, a lot of things is going to be expected. Simonekpa is going to be free. We want to say, yes, Gilarus, who happened to be an Iranian lawyer who was initially handling Simonekpa's case, has been relieved. Ever since the US-based lawyer Levi Jonathan arrived, things has turned around.
The Finnish government, are they, because the US government are fully, we've seen different factions of the Biafra government are seriously working the US Congress as regards this. Do you not think because they know that the US Congress are finally involved, that's why the Finnish government are in serious tension now, wanting to do the needful?
Stop is in trouble. I can tell you there's so much confusion within the members of that government and even the political party, because the new development in Nigeria, has triggered serious, tension there. I learned that, there's exchange of fire and they are already causing Aso Rock, a lot of shame, a lot of things. People are debating about it now in Aso Rock. Maybe they didn't foresee it coming, that the Nigerian problem has taken a global dimension, and that the position of Simonekpa as a resistant element is justified now in Finland government, according to what the resolution of the parliament. But what surprises many is that Bianca Ojukwu, who happens to be Minister of State for Nigeria, in conjunction with Selina Sina, the ambassador to Nigeria. Well, it was discovered that it was no wonder they chased him away out from the airport. It was reported that Bianca Ojukwu was the one who led a secret petition, about 1,000 pages against Simonekpa, and presented it secretly to Alexander Stubb, because he was being pushed by the federal government of Nigeria under Bola Ahmed Tinubu and some Igbo leaders, especially the Ohanese Asanata and Igbo governors, who wanted Simonekpa to, but things turned around. Nigeria was totally exposed to the global community, and they have seen that Simonekpa was very right. Ab initio has always been right to protect his people according to United Nations right of first defense. So you can see now, Bianca Ojukwu wrote a secret petition, was behind it, and at the end of the day, they connived and compromised the process of the judiciary. That now that Donald Trump has, he said, no, he now sent his own lawyer, US lawyer, to Finland. You can see the result that Levi Jonathan has actually, came up with now are very clear. And we are hearing that on the day of the appeal, or even they have made it very clear that the secret petition written by Bianca and his people and whoever that's involved in the federal government of Nigeria, which was, I'm even learning that it was a mandate given to Bianca to make sure Simonekpa goes to prison in conjunction with Igbo, governors.
Okay, Nnamdi Kanu, Simonekpa, have destroyed and exposed the Fulani agenda against Nigerians, against the Middle Belters, against even the Yorubas themselves, even though some people call them that are betrayer. And it's looking as if that the America and Israel will be bringing, the Venezuela type of treatment to Sokoto and to the Sokoto Caliphate, and most importantly to the northern, EKPA'S. What's your take as regards this?
You see, the collusion or collaboration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simonekpa's, agitation has exposed many weak points of the North. There are many things that were hidden before that has been unfolded right now to everybody's notice. It was Malami, it was Showdown Sokoto, Buhari himself, Gumi, and all those radicalized Muslims, elites in the North that actually wanted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simonekpa dead. But this time around, they have, been receiving blames. I don't know what to understand. Every backlash. Why? They have seen that what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was saying in the past is now a truth. And what actually exposed this truth mostly was the Christian genocide that was on course since last year, since 2 years ago, since 3 years ago. For 10 years now, Christian genocide was going on. And this young gentleman has been shouting and shouting, reporting Nigeria on the media, visiting United Nations Secretariat, visiting Israel, Canada, reporting Nigeria on what is happening today. In the past, and we've seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a prophet who actually exposed Showdown Sokoto's hypocrisy. Yes, Showdown's hypocrisy has been exposed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Simonekpa collaboration, because Showdown Sokoto is not a Nigerian. He migrated from Senegambia. He's a Fulani man using their grandfather ideology. Abakatafa Balawa, Osman Danfodio, the first Fulani jihadist in West Africa, was just to oppress, conquer them, oppress them, divide them, rule them. That was the method used by the jihadists, Osman Danfodio, that actually captured Afonja at the axis of Kwara State, Yoruba Oba. I don't know what I understand. And cut his head. And today, are the Yorubas not Muslims? They are. And okay, today I have a question for you. Could a Yoruba man preside over bigger Jumat in Abuja? Yoruba man has an imam. Every Fulani Muslim will walk away. You see the kind of trick.
Is it that they feel that they are superior?
I'm telling you. Fulani believe that since the oldest mosque,
they are superior to
yes, since the oldest mosque in Timbuktu, Mali, is in Timbuktu, Mali, and Fulani man migrated from Mali, migrated from Senegambia, migrated from Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, as far as Sudan. They believe that they are superior to any Muslim other tribe. Any other tribe that is a Muslim, Fulani man doesn't regard you. Yet they want you to belong, either by force or you pay the ultimate price. That is what makes Fulani radicalized Muslims the most difficult sects we have in the world. Yet they don't want to reintegrate you into their midst to become one of them, because they believe that the Allah way then they talk. They believe that that's their drink, beer, that they don't drink in the open places, drinking beer, putting it inside jug and kettle, drinking it indoor, smoking what is more dangerous, intoxicating than beer. In the darkness, sometimes they smoke it in the open place. That is drug. Causing people, Christians that are drinking beer. Beer and drug, which one is more dangerous? When Gumi said that Christians deserve death, all of them, because they are drinking, just imagine. Look at that Muslim pig like Gumi. Look at his own belief and mindset. Beer and wine, drug, sock away, gum, heroin, cocaine, smoked by the Muslims, by the radicalized Muslims. That one is not against the law. So let me tell you, my brother, it is too obvious that what opened Nigerians' eyes was predictions, prophecies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, that time shall come, the Fulanis will actually leave the bush where they are always hiding out, coming into the town, slaughtering Christians, slaughtering community peoples, slaughtering villages, slaughtering people in the town. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually predicted it right. That is what has happened. Fulani has invited all their brothers in southern Nile, southern Algeria, southern Morocco, all the Fulani tribes in Mauritania, southern Libya, southern Niger, southern Chad, as far as Sudan, into Nigeria to help them fight jihad. Jihad is by forcing people into Islam. That is the meaning of jihad. To believe, to become Muslim faith, Islamic faith. I don't know what to understand. So let me tell you, jihadism is it. That is the meaning of jihadism. And the Fulani succeeded on doing that. I don't know what to understand. So that's it. I'm telling you. So this time around, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed all this truth to Nigerians. And that's why Sadano Sokoto is running. He's on the wall because Kanu, on the road because Kanu has succeeded. I don't know what to understand. Kanu has succeeded on opening the eyes of the Northerners. Kanu has succeeded on telling the Hausas how far. This is what happened to you. The Hausa man now has begun to have killing mindset of whom he is. See, what Kanu and Simon Ekpa has done has brought this kind of peaceful atmosphere in the north. The killings we see on the north now are mercenaries. Mercenaries from Middle East. I don't know what to understand. They are all ISWAP, ISIS, Al-Qaeda fighters, or you call them militia, bought over by northern elites, radicalized Muslims in the north. Number one person is Sadano Sokoto, and today you are seeing it. I don't know what to understand. So this has opened the eyes of Nupers, Bares, Hausas in Plateau State, Hausas in Niger, Hausas in Sokoto, Hausas in Niger, Bauchi, Gombe, Kaduna, Kano, Zamfara, Sokoto. Their eyes are open. Katsina. The Fulanis are visitors and they are all bandits, bloody one. So you see it happening, coming. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now an exonerated person. See, let me tell you, come what may, Kanu has turned Sokoto prison into a tourist attraction center, and the whole world are visiting Sokoto prison. And come what may, this is 2026. Bet me, Kanu is coming out willy-nilly, whether Tinubu likes it or not. Whether the young man that was yelling at me inside his car over my accurate and lucid narration on how Fulani Janjaweeds invaded Nigeria, whether that young man that was yelling at me likes it or not, Kanu is coming out. I don't understand. He was just yelling and yelling, but I was busy, explaining my thing. Because all I know is that he couldn't come out from the car to fight me. The whole world will watch him and he will get arrested. Because I am entitled to my opinion. I'm an Igbo man. I must speak out. I will never hide under the aegis of timidity or timorousness, being, depreciated or belittled by all these, criminals, urchins, Nigerian non-entities that could not even come out and voice out what is wrong with Nigerian political landscapes. So most of us that are saying the truth on the street of Lagos, they often attack us, but we still remain on our point. Come what may, Kanu is the reason why Gumi, Erupts, Sadano Sokoto, they are asking for the division of Nigeria right now. And most of them, they have been absconding. Why? Israel has come in to collude with America to begin to pick these sponsors of terrorists in the north, one by one, one by one. And again, I want to tell you this. Sokoto forest bombardment by American military forces has actually exposed many things about Sokoto Caliphate. Sadono Sokoto is the director general, an emperor, a royal father of all the terrorist platforms in the northern Nigeria. Where is Sadono Sokoto? Where is Gumi? Where is Erufai? We want to see all these sponsors whose names were compiled in the faraway United Arab Emirates. They are all on the run. And I want to tell you that Israel is coming with American military operation. State of Israel is going to pick one by one all the sponsors using their Mossad operatives in the north, wherever they go, wherever they're hiding. No hiding place for Gumi. There's no hiding place for goldfish like Erufai. There is no hiding place for all these sponsors of bandits and other terrorist platforms like Badaru. Badaru, the former minister of, I think, defense, that was just retired the other day. They were all fingered. What about Mudu Cherif? Mudu Cherif has been fingered. What about Kwankwasu? Fingered because he was the one that actually signed Sharia law in Kano State for the first time. I don't know what to understand. Mossad is coming to pick all these people. If care is not taken, what happened in Venezuela is going to be repeated here. Trump is not afraid of anybody.
Okay, but we see the international society, they've come out to what? Declare Nnamdi Kanu freedom. They said Nigeria violated the, the Nigeria government violated Nnamdi Kanu by not what? By illegally renditioning him from
Kenya.
And they are saying enough is enough. That it's time is actually let off the hook. And we know that if Nnamdi Kanu is free, this might collapse Tinubu 2027 presidential ambition. How do you think this will play out? Because
No. Tinubu time is up. You know why? Kanu is coming out willy-nilly. The interest that America and the other Western countries, have heard for Kanu's extradition, that's his freedom from confinement, or you call it prison or correctional center, has actually exposed Tinubu's weakness or weak point. Tinubu is a man that believes in game, irregularities, discrepancies. Politically, he is not somebody that could just bend down and say, let us do it on a benevolent, ground, or on the ground of responsibility, transparency, and justice. Is somebody that is always like this. I don't know whether they have seen it. And this has actually stemmed down much aspiration for his repetition of office comes 2027. It's not going to go there. It has stemmed down because the international communities are all abusing the government of the day. International Labour Organization, they are all turning their back on this administration. And it has now, dawned on them that they got it wrong when this man maneuvered his way into power in 2023. America is now asking questions. Why didn't we ask? Why didn't we act? Why didn't we come? Why didn't we reenact what happened in Panama in 1991 when we abducted Manuel Origa? Why didn't we at least actually rush quick and try what we did in Iraq, in Nigeria, that's 2023 election. So America could have stopped what is happening now, and that's why they are going to stop him. It's not coming back 2027 because the international communities are much interested to at least stop him. Nigeria is a bigger country that no man could actually fool and get scot-free. Fulani Janjaweed over the years, many years, even centuries, over 200 and something years ago, has been messing this particular part of the world. But it wasn't in totality because they actually caged the north. The original locals, tribes of the northern region, the Hausa tribe, who are the original owners of the land of north, were caged, oppressed, punished, intimidated, by the Fulani Janjaweeds. And that is what they have actually been doing here. But you see how far the agitation for emancipation of Biafra has opened everybody's eyes. The international communities, the way Kanu was rendered from Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria, the way Kanu was illegally jailed by James Omotocho, who actually just read a written note, a script from Aso Rock, has actually attracted widely attention of international labor organization. They are coming. They are coming. Councils of chief justices all over the world, from ICC, from ICJ. ICJ is International Criminal Justice, Court of Justice. ICJ, International Criminal Court of Justice. ICJ. Then ICC, International Criminal Court. The attention is here over that kind of judgment read. It has never happened anywhere in the world. Kanu was violated. His right was violated when he was illegally expelled. No, kidnapped from Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria in 2021, June, to be precise. And this has actually attracted the attention of Lumumba. Lumumba has been winning cases for Kanu in Kenya, winning cases for Kanu. He is lawyer in Kenya. He has won many cases right now, and he has been beating his drum on and on for Nigeria to dance all the way from here to International Criminal Court. ICC is waiting. Lumumba. I'm telling you, Lumumba. So how do you see it? That Israel is asking ICC that they are coming after Nigerian president over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, which was why Trump raised from United States of America with all his military, technology, and come and display it on Nigerian soil, thereby rubbishing our sovereignty. The so-called